Kids' toy company VTech gets hacked, Amazon drones are coming, and Bill Gates wants to use tech to stop climate change. Tech News Tonight is next.
This is Twit.
This is Tech News Tonight, episode 476 for Monday, November 30th, 2015. This episode is brought to you by Epson's new EcoTank printers. With Epson's new line of SuperTank all-in-one printers, you can print thousands of documents without running out of ink. EcoTank is loaded and ready to print when you are. Visit epson.com/ecotank to find out more. Welcome, I am Megan Morrone. Happy Cyber Monday, everyone. This is the day we celebrate by using old-fashioned technology words like cyber. It's not, as was previously thought, the day everyone shops online, because as it turns out, we are all shopping online all the time, even more often than we are in actual physical stores. That's according to statistics released by the National Retail Federation. According to the NRF's Thanksgiving Weekend 2015 Consumer Survey, 102 million people say they've shopped in stores over the Thanksgiving weekend, and more than 103 million say they shopped online. So all those of us in the United States who spent Black Friday enjoying the outdoors and proudly posting about it on social media instead of shopping in stores, how many of us were also shopping online? Not me, but that is mostly because I am a horrible procrastinator. And speaking of shopping, if there are kids on your list this year, you might want to think twice before buying them connected technology. Today, Motherboard revealed that toymaker VTech left the personal data, including photographs of more than 200,000 kids, easily accessible to hackers. After the break, we're going to talk to Lauren Hockenson at the Next Web, who has been following the story. But first, here are the rest of the headlines. World leaders are meeting in Paris today to discuss climate change. Among the UN luminaries, tech titans Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Jack Ma were there to announce the Breakthrough Energy Coalition. That's an effort to promote and fund zero-carbon energy technologies. By covering gaps in government funding and commercializing ideas from public research institutions, the coalition promises to bring affordable clean energy to billions of people, especially in the developing world. And yesterday, Amazon unveiled a teaser ad showing off its prototype delivery drone. It didn't take me long to realize this ad was aimed directly at people like me, busy soccer moms who are not afraid of the sky being littered with Amazon delivery drones if it means that their daughter will stop yelling at them about the fact that the dog ate her soccer cleats. The ad uses simple terms like sense and avoid technology that Amazon says lets drones sense and then avoid obstacles. The ad also uses phrases like, soon a family of drones will fill the sky. Note they use the word family and not the scarier but more appropriate word, swarm of drones. It helps the video is narrated by former Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson, who I am a big fan of. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of drones also, and I am a fan of not lifting a finger to get new soccer cleats delivered to my front yard. But will Amazon Air launch anytime soon, or is it just a stunt to get more people to shop this holiday season at Amazon? And do we need packages delivered by air in 30 minutes or less? What do you think? Are you ready for Amazon drones? Let me know. You can email me at megan@twit.tv or find me on Twitter. I am at Megan Morrone. You can also post to this story on our Facebook page. And in other autonomous vehicle news, a Google patent reveals one-way self-driving cars will be able to communicate with pedestrians to tell them that it is safe to cross or to get the heck out of the way. You know that awkward little human dance we do with our eyes when we're at four-way stops? No, you go. No, you go. The patent shows electronic screens mounted on the outside of the vehicle to tell a pedestrian if it is safe to cross. It's unclear if the screens will show a stop sign, a traffic sign, or just text. And speaking of Google's self-driving car project, 9 to 5 Google says that Robert Rose, a former lead software engineer at SpaceX and the head of Tesla's autopilot team, now works for Google. According to his updated LinkedIn profile, Rose is a software engineer at Google Robotics, but it's unclear whether or not he will be working on the self-driving car project. Coming up, the fourth largest consumer hack includes photos of 200,000 children. But first, this episode is brought to you by Epson. Epson's revolutionary EcoTank line of printers for home and office introduce a new age in printing. The new EcoTank ET4550 wireless all-in-one printer doesn't use our ink cartridges. Instead, it features an innovative refillable ink tank. It comes with enough ink to print up to 8,500 pages. That's equivalent to about 50 ink cartridge sets. You're loaded and ready to print for up to 2 years. Powered by Epson's leading-edge precision core technology, it delivers high-speed, vivid colors and laser-quality black text. plus auto two-sided printing, a 30-page auto document feeder, and easy wireless printing from tablets and from smartphones. All EcoTank printers deliver an unbeatable combination of convenience and value with ultra-low-cost replacement ink bottles. Now you have the freedom to print without running out of ink. Visit Epson.com/EcoTank today to transform the way your home, office, or work group prints. For the best combination of ease and value, turn to the new Epson EcoTank printers. That's EPSON.com/EcoTank, and we thank Epson for their support. On Friday, Motherboard reported that Hong Kong-based toy company VTech had been hacked earlier this month. They had obtained names, email addresses, passwords, and home addresses of nearly 5 million parents and 200,000 kids. Today, the hackers also revealed that VTech had left photos of children and personal chat logs between parents and kids easily accessible to anyone who knew where to look. Joining us to talk about this story is Lauren Hockenson, reporter at The Next Web. Welcome, Lauren.
Hi, Megan.
So VTech is a tablet for kids, or they have a lot of technology, I know, for kids, connected devices. You would think that a company like this would know how to take care of kids' personal information. Do you have any idea what happened?
Sure. So the data that was actually accessed by this hacker was from a VTech product called Kid Connect. It's a cloud-based software that allows parents to essentially use a mobile app, parents or grandparents or family to use a mobile app to help connect with the kids on a VTech branded laptop. It is cloud-based, so it's a service that obviously has its own unsafe loopholes, and it appears that this hacker was able to break in through Kid Connect and take the data of nearly 5 million parents, plus the names and genders and birthdays of more than 200,000 kids.
So this is kind of like the worst possible nightmare. I mean, you think about, well, you post your kid's picture on Facebook, but who knows where they are, where they live, and but this is the combination of photographs and also addresses and also personal information that potentially someone could use to pretend like they were a parent, or to lure a child into something nefarious. So now this information is not necessarily out there in a malicious hacker's hand. Tell us about why the hacker released this and why they released this information.
Certainly. So the hacker, who has remained anonymous, has actually been in a conversation via encrypted chat through Motherboard reporter Lorenzo Franceschi Biccirai, his wonderful Italian name. I like Lorenzo a lot. He's a great security reporter and always has been. And he just got in conversation with this guy in secured IRC. And basically the hacker said, I'm not going to do anything with this information. I'm not releasing it out into the world, into the public. I'm only releasing it to you. And the hacker said multiple times, this kind of information makes me sick. I'm so surprised that I was able to find this. And I'm surprised that I was able to access these parts of the data and of identities of people who are on Kids Connect. The hacker seemed, I guess, just as surprised as we all are that this information was either very minimally encrypted or not encrypted at all.
So it's kudos to them for using an encrypted chat to discuss this, and better encryption than VTech could use themselves. But why? Do you have any idea why the hacker wouldn't go to VTech first instead of going to a journalist?
Sure. So the way that a lot of companies work alongside hackers is pretty interesting. Some companies actually have their own bug bounty program to help find these sorts of errors in their cloud products or in their software that basically invite hackers to come in and sort of kick the tires a little bit and try to find their way in. And if they do, they receive a hefty amount in compensation for their troubles. But it's likely that this hacker chose to go the journalistic route because, VTech, for all intents and purposes, is a toy company. It's a hardware company, but it's a toy company. And it doesn't appear that they had anything similar or related in any manner. So by going directly to a journalist to sort of draw attention to this, they were able to sort of shed light on this attack that really VTech had been delayed in discussing or talking to consumers about.
So they knew about it for a while and didn't do anything?
Yes. Per the hackers' conversations with Lorenzo, it seems that what happened is that the hacker knew that the data was in VTech's hands, and VTech had not said anything publicly. It was only until after the initial report went out that VTech finally released a full comprehensive blog post in response to indicate that something had happened and there was a breach in security.
So they shut down the service, not right away, but they have shut it down now. And is there any, do we have any idea that this information is in anyone else's hands besides this white hat hacker?
Sure, that's a good question. I mean, at this point, we're sort of taking the information at face value. I think that that's probably the most prudent thing to do at this point. There really isn't any indication that this has shown up on any parts of the dark web or in any sort of cache anywhere or on pspin. So it appears that the information is relatively secure, but that's sort of hinging on the fact that VTech is fully secured and will be able to fully secure itself at some point. It seems that, once you sort of become a target for these attacks, it might not be too long before someone else tries to kick VTech's tires and see if they can find their way in.
So VTech also says they've reached out. So if you are affected, then you've already been reached out to, I guess. So that's good news. And Lauren, is there anything else that you've reported on the Next Web this week that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, well, aside from the fact that I had a really great Black Friday and bought my own Wii U, I think that probably the most interesting things that have been coming out on this admittedly slow news week happened to be there was a telepresence robot that was involved in an experiment. MIT Technology Review, another great reporter, Sina Brewster, reported on an experiment that's happening in conjunction with scientists in Italy and Switzerland to help people with limited mobility get around. I wrote a little bit about really great coding classes and boot camps if you're interested in leveling up your coding. And also my pick this year for our holiday gift guide happens to be the Roku 2. Yes, the Roku 2, not the Roku 3 or the Roku 4. Get the Roku 2 because it is the best price. It has all of the great bells and whistles, and also it's so cheap and so good that you will just look super awesome when you give one to all your friends because it's, $60 a pop, and you can just, pass them out and look like you're, spending hundreds of dollars on your friends.
That is a great gift, and so much better than the Apple TV because it looks like the cooler thing to buy. It's shinier.
Yeah, you always want to go. I'm always about the deals. I'm always about finding the best deal, and I think that this year, if you're looking to sort of upgrade or upgrade your parents or upgrade your friends, get the Roku 2.
Well, thank you so much, Lauren. I love your work. Lauren Hockenson is a reporter at the Next Web, and she is at L Hockenson on Twitter. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Megan.
Take care. And finally tonight, Red Date is a new website, a new dating website designed to help you find your perfect match based on what and where you post on Reddit. The idea for the site came, of course, from a Reddit post, because why would you want to meet someone who likes sunset hikes and long walks on the beach when you could meet someone who obsessively comments on the same random niche topics that you're interested in? To try Red Date, simply log into your Reddit using your Reddit credentials and be aware that Red Date will then have access to your location, the list of subreddits you moderate, contribute to, and subscribe to, and they will know how long you have been on Reddit. And that is it for this edition of Tech News Tonight. You can subscribe to the show at twit.tv/TN2. You can write to us at TN2 and watch live every weekday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And don't miss our morning news program, Tech News Today. That's every weekday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I am Megan Morrone. Thanks for watching.
Bandwidth for Tech News Tonight is brought to you by CashFly.com.